Alrighty. Turn that up. Turn this down. Okay. I think we're started. Yep, we are going. Let's just see. I think we're started. Yep, we are going. Jesus. Come on, man. I'm just looking for the audio. Okay, music's playing. I just want to make sure it's good on that, on the other end. We're just looking for the audio. Yeah, it's playing. Okay. Let's work. Alright, guys. We got an hour. Okay. So, today we're finishing this. Do I like this? I mean, not really. But am I gonna do anything to fix it? Probably not. Let's see how it plays. Oh, Jesus, I'm just in the warehouse. Wrong box. Whoops. Okay. I probably should check to see if the controller works. Yeah. Also, so this thing is still a little messed up. Let's try to fix it. Close all other than this. Well, damn. That's not what I wanted. Make sure this is on. Okay, so the problem is when you go back to normal. Right. Okay, let's see how this works. If inverted. So this means if you are inverted, you go back to the original parameter. Now all of this matters because okay, fine, go for it. If you want to make it read-only, that's fine. So, I'm trying to think. Because what happens is I'm trying to think of what's happening exactly. Because when you pick it up, the gravity scale goes to 0. So it's 0. And then you invert. This causes the gravity scale to go to the inverted gravity scale. And then it goes back to the original parameter, which the original parameter is what it was set to here. I need to do a temporary. Let's do a private float gravity scale temp. value. And then what we do is we say, when we do this, we say, let's just do, this is equal to, let's do, parameters. Gravity scale original value is equal to RB gravity scale, and we'll do the same thing here. Okay. So then we say here, before we do this, gravity scale temp value is equal to RB, the current one. So this is on inversion. So when we invert, it keeps track of the gravity scale. And then we say, if gravity scale temp value does not equal 0 and gravity scale does not equal the original parameter 3. Oh my god, it did it. Why did it do this? Is it Copilot? Is Copilot doing this? It's like it's modifying my code before I have a chance to write it. Is this what I want? So if the temp value was set here and it's equal to the current gravity scale. So this would be like if I picked it up, if I picked up the thing and it became 0. So if the gravity scale doesn't equal the original, then we set the gravity scale to gravity temp, else we do this. We just go back to the original. Eee. Is this what we want? Hang on, this is messed up. Shoot. There might be some other stuff that we do here. So basically what I'm trying to do is, if my temp value doesn't equal blank, if my gravity temp value doesn't equal the original parameter, if they're not the same, we set the gravity scale to the gravity scale temp value, which was set when we inverted. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Here's the original parameter. Original parameter 3 is my gravity scale. This is set at the very beginning. So let's do like a flow chart real quick. Maybe that'll help me out. Okay, that's not really what I wanted. Jesus, okay. I don't know why this is here. I don't know why this is here. I don't know why this is here. What is all this stuff? I'm putting all this crap. This is a new PC. What the? What did I hit? Unpin. Okay, that's better. Where's my, nope, my paint. There you go. Okay, so here's the object. On start, gravity scale, let's say is equal to 1. So in my script, gravity scale is equal to 1 now. And then I have a G script T, which my temp, it is also equal to 1. Okay. So this is 3, right? This is my original parameter 3. This is my inversion script, and this is my pickup script. Okay. So now, I pick something up, and this goes to 0. Okay, now that's become 0. Let's say I invert. I invert. This goes to 0 to capture the original. This goes to the new -1. This guy still thinks this is 1, and but this is different. So let's say I go back to invert, and it compares these two. This is now going to go back to 0. Instead, let's say I let this thing go. Release. Gravity scale, default gravity scale. Unless if gravity scale of the object has been changed by another script while being held, update the stored gravity scale so it can be reset properly on release. Aha. Okay. All right. Let's do this. So I think this is gonna work. Let's try. Okay. So what I'm expecting is that this stuff works as normal. So this should all work as expected. If I let go, it goes up. Aha, it's stuck. Okay, so that's not good. So let's go grab this thing. Let's let go of it. Aha! Okay. So that is a mistake. Where the hell's my script? Give me my thing. Why is it only over here? I'm so dumb. Okay, so this is a physics inversion problem. So I need it on both sides, basically. Yeah. So basically what I need is if these are not equal to each other, right here, if these guys are not equal to each other, we use this one instead. Right. But this, like what I'm gonna be thinking about here is going back. Okay, hang on. Oh shit. I'm trying to think. My paint. So my guy's holding it. Holding the box. And right now it's normal. Let's say it's going down. I'm holding the box and now it's going up. If I let it go, in this case, the box should fall down, obviously. In this case, the box should fall up. Alright. So... crap. This is a physics inversion problem. Right here, if I have... when I hit the invert button, I have to check to make sure that my temp value is the same as the original value or the target value. Yeah, so that's what I gotta do. My temp value's gotta be changed here. So this right here and this right here. Is this right? Okay, so let's label this stuff. This is the logic to invert, or no, to return everything to normal. normal. But if the gravity scale is changed by another script inverted, it will keep the value instead of changing it back to the original gravity scale. This is to prevent... What the fuck? Why are you writing notes? Why are you writing notes? How do you know this? What are you doing to me? Why are you taking my job? It's my job to write these notes. This is the logic to invert the physics parameters. It also stores the current gravity scale and temporary value in case it needs to be restored later. No, this is going to need to be updated. Because what's happening is, whenever I am inverting... Gravity scale is equal to inverted gravity scale. This is the logic to invert the physics parameters. So this is whenever I'm inverting. Let's go look at it again. Let's watch and see. Maybe we're having a lapse of logic. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so what's happening is I grab the stuff, I put it down, that's normal. I invert, I let go and it goes up, but it's broken now. And then now if I grab this, invert, and then invert again, it's still changed. It's like it breaks the physics inversion on the pickup. Oops. Okay. Or no, it breaks after I picked it up and I invert it. So it's here that it breaks. Because these never equal each other anymore. So this is always doing what it's supposed to do, but it's because this temp value... Aha, okay, so that's because... I see. Hang on. I gotta delete this stuff. Go back to normal. Go back to normal. And then this is to invert. I just need that. Stop with the crazy comments. To invert. So whenever I go to invert, I need to store the gravity temp. Like what it's set at. And then whenever I try to go back to normal, if these aren't the same, I need to set my RB gravity scale back to this. And then I need to set my RB, or no, my gravity temp value back to the original parameter. Uh-huh. I think that'll fix it. Because what I'm doing is I'm basically clearing the temporary value. I need to clear the temporary value because I only need to store the temporary value whenever I'm inverting. Like going into an off nominal state. So, this should work. Oopsie. Sorry. Get out of my way. Alright, so go up, and I can jump. And then I can invert, and it goes back to normal. Up. And invert, and it goes back to normal. Okay, so I go up, I let go, and it flies. Invert. Oh, shit. Okay, so where am I losing? Where am I? It's because here. How am I gonna? I'm trying to go back to normal. RB gravity scale. While it's in my hands, I need to either go back. I need to. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me paint this. Let me paint this again. Okay. So it starts as positive. Jeez, I do not like that. It starts as +1, and it can either it starts as 1, and it can be picked up. So pick up, it goes to 0. From here, I can either go to -1 for invert, or back to 1 for drop. And then from here, from drop, this is from drop. So basically I start the loop over. Now from -1, if I were to drop it, it would be -1 still. Or if I invert, it should go back to 0. And then from -1, can I go to 1 from here? Hang on. Delete that. Delete that. This is pick up and drop. So it's normal state. I pick it up, it turns into 0. If I drop it, it should turn back to 1. If I invert, it'll turn to -1. I'm still holding it though. Now, from -1, if I invert again, it should go back to 0 right here. And if I drop it, it should go to -1. Okay? Now from this state, I need to be able to invert. If I invert, it should go to 1. If I pick it up again, it should go to -1. Okay, so it's on the pickup script that I'm messing up. If I grab it, oh, okay, no, that's already taken care of. Okay, so that's fine. Now from this, I have it picked up and it's inverted. If I drop it, from drop it here, it should stay -1. And if I invert, it'll go to 0 because I have it in my hands. If I've dropped it and I invert, it should go to 1. This is not helping. Okay, so let's go over this. Let's say I'm inverted and I'm going to normal. No, let's say that it's normal and I'm inverting. My gravity scale should just invert. And I should store this value. So let's say if I am holding the object. And then we'll do if I am not holding the object. Okay. I don't want to reference the hold script because those are all on the individual objects. Okay. I don't think there's a way to tell either. So this is logic for if I'm holding it, and this is logic for if I'm not holding it. I'll do the same thing here. If I'm holding the object, and this is if I'm not holding the object. So this. Oh man, a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. What time is it? 23 minutes. Okay. So let's say I'm holding the object and I'm going back to normal. If I'm holding the object and I'm going back to normal, how can I tell? It needs to go to 0. So that's when the gravity scale doesn't equal the original parameter. Uh-huh. So in this case, if I'm holding the object, the gravity scale temp will now equal 0. Now 0 doesn't equal 1. So 0 doesn't equal 1. So I set the gravity scale Okay, hang on. If the gravity scale temp, which is 0 right now, doesn't equal 1, and I'm going back to normal, 0 equal 1, I take the gravity scale and I set it equal to that 0, because it's just going to invert and fall back into my hands. Now, if I'm not holding it, the gravity scale just goes back to the original parameter. That's fine. Now the problem is, when I've inverted, the gravity scale goes at 0. It's still, the temp value is still 0. Is that right? If I'm holding the object, I pick it up, and then I do this. It goes to 0. No. Well, this value is 0. And then I'm here waiting. Ah. So when it's up there, this goes to 0. The gravity scale just goes to 0 instead of being, because it's not being held, but this value is still different. Okay, so that's why it wanted me to do equal to 0. I've got a gnat in here. Okay, so in that case, I'll do an OR. Maybe an OR will do it. Okay, so long as if this value doesn't equal if the gravity scale temp value doesn't equal 0, then do this. Is this gonna be a reset for me? Let's test this. I don't want to think too much about it. If it doesn't work, I'll think about it. So if the temp values don't equal each other, or the temp value doesn't equal 0, this is not going to work. Yeah, this is not going to work. Okay. I think it's actually supposed to be does equal. If the gravity scale temp equals 0, because that's like I was... No, hang on. This suggests that whenever I was getting ready to invert, I was holding it. Maybe? I don't think this is gonna work. I'll have to think of something else. Okay, that's working. Yeah. Now if I let go... Ah, damn it! So why did that... Because that was the pickup. That was on release. Restore gravity. Hang on, where's this in the script? In this place? That's all fine. If gravity object scale doesn't equal 0, and the gravity scale doesn't equal the default. Damn it, I've made like such a web. The gravity scale default value is equal to the grabbed object's gravity scale, and this is on held with the late update. Oh, no, this is like, it's gonna keep track of this. So basically what it's saying is if the gravity scale doesn't equal 0, and the gravity scale doesn't equal the gravity scale default value. It changes the gravity scale default value to the new gravity scale, and then if I release, it's gonna set it back to what that was. So the reason this doesn't work is because this right here fails the test. Gravity scale doesn't equal 0. So long as it doesn't equal 0, but it does equal 0, so it doesn't reset this. Oh god. Oh god. It's broken. I broke it. Okay, hang on. Let's take a step back. Let's restart. Let's reset. If we reset, maybe we can get this figured out. All this stuff, we gotta get rid of all of this. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So this is like normal behavior. And maybe I'm overthinking this. I mean, that's totally possible. I'm overthinking this. Because all I wanted to do is to like revert to whatever it was whenever whatever the correct state is. I don't want to make a state machine for it. I want them to track what they're supposed to be. Okay, so see, this is like normal. This is normal. And then the issue is that whenever it comes to this, and I invert and I let go, that's good. That's fine. That's normal. That's all good. Then I pick it up, and I invert. Now this is the state that's broken. But see, it's back to normal. But it's like this. See, what it's doing is it makes the box extra heavy on whenever I invert. And I want it to go back to 0. So this only happens on the inversion. Okay. So that only happens on the inversion branch. The inversion branch is right here. This is what determines if it's gonna go, if it goes to whatever number. So how about we just say, if is held, do something different. Store the value, it should be changed. No, let's not do that. Let's just say let's just like think of like how to determine if it's held. If it's held, if the gravity scale, I am definitely overthinking this. The RB dot gravity scale equals 0f. If it equals 0f, this is going to inversion. Do I need to do some sort of update function here for this? Maybe? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do an update with something for the physics inverter. Update function. I wish I didn't have to do that. Is there really nothing I can do? I'm trying to think. Like, let me think for a second, and then maybe I'll come up with something. We'll get rid of this. Let's get rid of that temp value. So, whenever I'm going back to normal, is when it happens, mostly, right? So, in that case, it might be that I have to do an update function. If I do an update function, it'll fix it. So basically I say track state before invert called. Is that really what I want? So there's a couple of scenarios here. If held and invert. Okay. If not, shit. If not held and invert. If not held and not invert. If held and invert, and then if held and not invert. Okay, so these are the 4 scenarios that I have to consider. So basically, the way I tell if it's like not held and not inverted is if not held and not inverted. So if held is really easy because it's going to be if RB.gravity scale equals 0. This is going to tell me that it's being held. And inverted. Inverted. Okay? No. You're going to say inverted. There you go. That's what I want. Now, if not held, if RB gravity scale is... that's not correct. I mean, not equal to 0, that means it's not being held. That's something... Oh no, that's not true. That's not exactly true. Because it could be negative. Shit. Well, okay, hang on. This is how I did it before. If it is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. Because if it's negative 1, I don't really give a fuck about it. Okay. If not held. I don't think I'm smart enough for this. Is this really the right approach? So if it's not held and it's inverted, what do I do? What exactly am I trying to accomplish here? I really need to just, like, track to invert. So this is the function to invert. This is the stuff you gotta do to invert. This is the stuff you gotta do to go back to normal. Because the problem is, like, you can... My God, what is going on with my brain? This is bad because it's gonna, like, affect all of the physics objects. All of the physics inverter stuff, and I don't want it to do that. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just a lot of update functions. There's going to be a lot of these, and if they're all tracking their own stuff, it won't be that bad. It's basically what it's doing is it needs to know what it should go back to when it inverts. Okay, I'm going to do a private float target gravity scale. In most cases, void awake. No. Void update. So, if you're not held, and inverted. If not held and not inverted. Okay, so if you're not held and you're not inverted. So if gravity RB dot gravity scale. So the object's gravity scale, if it's 0, I know that it's held. So that means if you're not 0, you're not being held. But what if I want to have objects, like when you let them go? I'll just make a new object. If it's not 0, which means you're not being held, and you're inverted, that means your target gravity scale will equal oh god, you will equal the inverted gravity scale. That's your target gravity scale. That's what you're trying to go to if you're RB, if you're not held. This is if you're not held. And you are currently inverted. You are currently inverted. That means your target gravity scale. Oh, it's just your original. It's your original parameter 3. That means you are held and you are currently inverted. Now, if you are not held and you're not inverted, that means that you're trying to get inverted. And that you make your target gravity scale blink. Okay, if not held and not inverted, we're gonna do it like this. Shit, that's not correct. Get rid of all that. Put this here. There you go. Bam. Now, if you are held, if held, and inverted. So if inverted, then your target gravity scale, you're inverted, then you're trying to go backwards. This just goes back, this just goes to 0. This goes to 0. Target gravity scale equals 0F. Boom. If you're held and inverted. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. No, that doesn't work. No, shit. No, hang on. Because this is... You could potentially be held here. Fuck. Fuck. There's no way to tell if you're held and inverted or not held and inverted. Because inverted will always be the -1. It doesn't matter. It'll be whatever the inversion value is. So there's no way to tell specifically... without reference to the script, the holding script. Aren't these in the same doohickey? These have got to be in the same doohickey, right? These are in the same doohickey, no? A pickup and a physics inverter. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Maybe that'll help. Private physics inverter. Try. We can do a try. Okay. And then we can pull some content out of the No, that's not what I wanted. Pick up. There you go. Ah, shit. While we're at it, private grab. Nope, just grab. No, 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 no. That's not what I want. Grab script. Pick up script. Script. Pick up script. Pick up script. And grab. Just grab script like that. Okay. Now we need to look at the pickup script. I'm not sure if this has any public things held. I'm gonna make this public. No, it's a bad idea to do that. We'll do a public is held. Public bool is held. There you go. That's what I want. That's exactly what I wanted. Are you listening to my voice? Jesus. So then we say pick up script that is held. So if you're being held, no, shit. It's just gonna change how the gravity works. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, so if you are being held, your gravity, if you are not being held, your gravity is just gonna go to the original whatever. Yes, sir. Ding, ding. Okay. Inverted gravity scale. Yeah, if you're not being held, you just do your normal stuff. But if you are being held, you're going to do some interesting things for me. Now, if you're being held and you are inverted, I need you to go back to being 0. RB.gravity scale equals 0. And then if you are not, if you are being held and I invert you, oh, I just need you to go back to your inversion. That's it. I don't even care about this. Oh. Please. Because it's going to check to see if it's being held or not. It cares about the state. Hey, what the hell, man? Also, what's going on with your color? That was broken. Damn it, it broke it again. On invert, if the pickup script saying is held, okay, you go to invert. This isn't working correctly. So if I invert, this. Stop! Let me look at my error. So not everything. Okay, if pickup script is not null. That's what I want. And this help. There you go. My bad. That should fix it. That logic was a little bit broken. This is going to be the same thing for the grab. See, that's working. So now we grab it. And it goes back to 0. And we can let it go. Fuck, man. What are you doing? Why are you up there? That's not right. That has to do with the pickup script not working correctly. Okay, so see, that's a little broken. So I think that it has more to do with the pickup script. Let me look. So this is working. I think this is good. This logic is broken. On release, the default gravity scale is changed because in the update, my pickup is looking. It's saying, hey, our gravity scale is no longer 0, and the gravity scale is not equal to the default value. That's when the gravity, this is when the gravity scale is -1. And so this triggers because it goes to -1. If the gravity has been changed by another script while being held, update the stored gravity scale so it can reset to the reset properly on release. That's not correct. Okay, so let's redo this. Let's see how it behaves without that logic. Okay, that's working normally. That works normally. That works normally. Aha. Okay. Actually, I don't mind that. If I let it go, it just comes back to me. Like this. Let's say that I've made it like I've made the objects normal. Let's say like that, right? Okay, so let's do something like this. So what happens if I let go of this object? Oh yeah, I grabbed it before it flew away. I grabbed it before it flew away and it went inverted. Okay, I think I like that game logic a little bit better. Because it makes sense that it'd be like, oh, when I grabbed the object, like it was inverted, but I've like turned it into normal by grabbing it. Maybe? Maybe we say something like that? Maybe. This is on the release. On the release, I need to look at something. So the gravity scale default value. Let's just say if the value is -1, just leave it be. Okay, let's just say if grabbed object gravity scale is less than 0. Alright, let's say if it's not. So if that's the case, if it's greater than or equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, meaning it's heavy or it's blah blah blah, then you do this. Restore gravity. Otherwise, you just let it be, right? I think that'll do it. Keeping it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's the KISS principle, baby. We're at about an hour. All these technical hiccups, man. They're killing the game progress. Okay. I grabbed it. And I let go and it goes back up. And I do this. Normal, normal, normal. I grab it. And I invert. And it goes back to 0. Awesome, dude. And I let go and it goes up. Awesome. I got up. And I let go and it flies. And then I let go and it flies. And I can grab it midair. No problem. Okay, alright. I think that's good. Let's look at this level. I think the player will be able to get through this, no problem. I'm gonna just lower it a little bit more. Just keep some stuff in here that the player can use. Inverted gravity scale. Yeah, that way we're not really dealing with anything like that. We'll just leave this stuff alone. We can come back and fix all this stuff up later. What I'm gonna do though is I'm going to fix up this stuff a little bit. Put a ladder in here. Maybe we just actually are going to move this wall. Aha, okay. I'll take this wall, move it up, make it a ground layer. Oh, actually, let's make it climbable. There you go. It's better. There you go. Now I'm gonna make this a platform. And I'll make this a platform too. Okay. Now let's... That's not correct. Make this a platform. This is a reframe zone with a fadeaway. I think I made it so I can't see this fadeaway. Let's remove this fadeaway. Or actually, let's change this fadeaway. It's sprite into a cloud instead. Scenes, images, UI, no. Environments. Got a lot of fog. So let's change this fadeaway into fog instead. Maybe this fog instead. Yeah, that's fine. I just delete the fadeaway. We'll work on that later. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Oh, wait. No. It's not fog. It's a gradient that's sideways. That's what it is. Okay, hang on. I'm dumb. It's a gradient. It's supposed to be this. And then what we do is we flip this bad boy around so that it's 180 degrees. Then we take this guy, we put it right here, like this. I think we could act what we actually want to do with this fadeaway. Frame zone, sprite to fade. Actually, I like the way that looks. Let's just clear this. Edit script. Let's look at this fadeaway. Sprite to fade. Yeah, I think I like just having this be blank. Can we have this be blank? I don't want this, I don't want to fade it. I want it to look like this actually. All the way. Heck yeah. This is a platform. I copied it. I'm gonna move it down here. Let's just have some ladder action here. What am I looking at? Don't interact with that, please. And then I'll take this guy, bring it to the 3rd floor. Let's just do this over here. Right. Let's just copy. Let's make this bigger, obviously. And then we're gonna copy this stuff. Move it down. We'll just cut off a bunch of this stuff. I should be able to manipulate this. No, I guess not. I'm gonna combine these. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. There you go. Nice long ladder. Let's put this one here. And then what we'll do is we'll take the bottom part of this. Actually, I think I have a good idea. Let's take these and just stick them in the ground. And then we'll take a bunch of the horizontal ones. We'll just leave like 2 of them and just reuse these. Climb zone, climb zone. We'll just move these all the way up here, this up here. There you go. Broken ladder. That way I can get down, but like not all the, I can like climb down. Okay, so that's this level like quote unquote done. Let's work on the next one. I want the next one to be, are you watching the Super Bowl? No, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't follow along with sports all that much, to be honest with you. Oh, that's the 3rd floor. It's all good with me. I gotta put a bunny here. Interior walls. That's all fine. Whatever. It's not really interior walls, is it? My entire family got together to watch it. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge event, man. I imagine that people tend to celebrate and everybody gets together. That makes sense. I'm just not a big sports fan. Or like I like sports, but I don't like watching as much. It's not my I don't do that as much as other people. But I totally get why people like do it. I think I've watched hockey. I watch hockey. But like I don't choose to watch hockey. I just watch it like with friends if I go out to games and stuff. Is that really it? Is that all there is? Okay. This is all fine. But it's not. See, there's wires here. Let's all drop this in here. That should be fine. Black walls. It's not exactly black walls, is it? That's cool. Who's getting to play? I don't even know who's playing. I'll leave that there. Exterior walls. That's perfect. Interior walls. Okay. 3rd floor. 2nd floor. 1st floor. Alright. Alright. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, man. Let's move on. Alright, let's look at this block 1. Block 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the 5th. Does this have a... This has a scene transition in it. Here's the scene transition. I'm going to move this out of this. Into the stage. Out of the stage. This is my scene transition. This is the warehouse. This is the stage. This is the warehouse. This is the death floor. This needs to be much wider. There you go. Warehouse, chain link fence, warehouse, death floor, stage. Okay. Player, background 2 is a bunch of trees. Are these trees included in the stage? I think they are. They're just kind of encompassed. Yeah, they're included. Okay. And then the scene transition, this is going to go to the next level. So 0, 1. We'll save this. This will go to 0, 2 forest. Environment. Main. Stage. Framing. Transition. So here's my scene transition for here. So my scene transition here goes to 0, 2 forest. Perfect. That's what I wanted. This is my 0, 2 forest level. 0, 2 forest is gonna go to 0, 3 warehouse. So here's my spawns. I'm gonna go to the foreground. The main stage block 0, 1 should actually be where my scene transition is. So we're gonna, yeah, jump in here and pull it out of that. That way it will sit in main. I want it to sit in main. There you go. So my scene transition here needs to go to 03 warehouse. Warehouse. There you go. So there's 03 warehouse. So then 03 warehouse. Do I want to continue with the warehouse theme? Or like, I don't know if I want to continue with this theme. Let me grab this like simple gradient that I got going on here. I want to just spruce it up a little bit. It's definitely like wasting time. Here we go, first floor. The float puzzle. I should have in my reframe zone, a fadeaway. Is this the gradient? Okay, I'm gonna take this and copy it. Delete that. In my reframe, I'm gonna take away this fadeaway, and I'm gonna just use this actually instead. So we're gonna take this, copy this stuff. Should I do it like this, or should I do it sideways? I think I want it sideways. Let's copy this for now. I know that this definitely is going to be like this. Okay, there we go. That's good. Alright. Alright, I gotta like start brainstorming on the next level. I think I'll like make everything consist. I'll like do 5 levels. So 2 more like big levels, and then I'm gonna start working on other stuff. Haha. I'll open up something. Boom, thumbnail. File new. 1920 by 1080. Alright. I'd like to do some like tall building stuff. Like where you climb up into a tall building and then you like have to like hop from one building to the next with an item in hand, like what you have like gravity. And so in here, I mean, there'll be like staircases like to the next thing, and like ladders, and like maybe some like platforms that only appear if you're like inverted. So like to get up, like you need to like jump, invert kind of thing. Maybe like going out onto a balcony and climbing a ladder. You can climb the ladder up here, and then you get over here, and it's like, okay, now I need to go through this building, and like I'll need to make office assets, so I need to make like desks and chairs and I don't know, computer monitors, keyboards, I mean stuff like that. And jump from building to building, and then so when you're in this building, then you got some more puzzles. Maybe like something swinging. Something swinging would be kind of cool to work on. What would be swinging? How about like a big crane, like a crane holding something, and then it's like a platform like this, and then maybe you like have to like go down here, like go all the way to the bottom, and like start up a generator or something, and then this platform starts like moving back and forth. Maybe there's like maybe fences here, like prevent you from moving forward. What kind of hazards? I mean, it's just like falling, but like falling here is obviously death. Like that's death. But like, what if you fell from here? Like, where would there be death? Ah, yes. Okay. I think what I'd do is like, you get to a certain point up here, it triggers like the death. Like the death is down here. That way, like if you fall, you know, you fall. If you were to fall from like here, you'd land and you'd be fine. But if you fell from all the way up here, the death would be there. Like it would actually trigger to be there. So that makes sense. That's an easy solution. And then like once you're on this thing, maybe there are like you're on this platform, and maybe like there are. How do I make a moving platform make sense? You know? How do I make a moving platform make sense? Oh, you know what I really wanted? I wanted a big rolling ball scenario. I really wanted one of those. Let me just make another duplicate layer. Let's go ahead and clear this out. I wanted something where it's like the player like walks into the area, right? And there's like a big old ball. And then it goes down, down. And then like as you're going down, you're like in this little tunnel. Another watcher. Oh, another watcher. Another watcher? Oops, don't do that. Oh, crap. I threw away my chat. There we go. Sorry. There's like walls maybe that have like spikes and they'll kill you if you hit them. But like it's an inversion thing where you have to like invert them and they'll go away. Something like that. Or maybe like you'll see like on the ground there'll be like an opening and the ball will like fall down into it if you don't invert. Something like this I think would be really fun. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put it though. Cause like after the warehouse, maybe I put this before the warehouse. Maybe I put it like after the house. Because I want this level. This level I want. I'm trying to think of how I would do the moving platform. Like this is a big old crane, right? Because like I could do a swing, maybe? Maybe a swing makes sense? Okay, let's ask for some help. Okay. This is my GitLab. This is the incorrect thing. So let's just ask real quick. In the context of a 2D platforming puzzle game and the setting being a destroyed city? Abandoned city? Abandoned city. How can I make moving platforms that make sense in context of the setting? It's a like shitty way to ask it. Love this question. Platforms feel like they can seriously be level up for the vibe of an abandoned city. Elevators and freight lifts, cranes and hoists, subways and industrial platforms, natural reclaiming city, vines, roots and growth, water-driven platforms, falling, shifting debris, counterweight systems, emergency utility backup stuff. An elevator would be cool, like an old elevator. That would be kind of cool. Old service bots that follow paths and patrols. To really sell it, motion sensors detect the player. Okay, let me think of this. So an elevator, rusty elevator cages that still run on backup power. Freight lifts in the warehouse that jerk, stall, and need resetting. Freight lifts. Gameplay, hook, timing, now. Construction cranes, frozen mid-project. Hanging platforms on cables that slide horizontally and vertically. Hanging platforms on cables that slide. Hanging platforms can sway slightly when landed on, add tensions without new mechanics. Maintenance platforms on rails. Subway industrial platforms. Old subway carriages that roll into place, stop, then move. Bonus points if they grind loudly. Maybe I could do... No, I don't know if I could do that. Organic elevators. Vines that retract and extend like elevators. Movement can feel... Okay, so I like the idea of an elevator and like freight lifts. And like... Yeah, I could do something like this. I think this would work. Gameplay hooks. Okay, so like in this first one, we traverse all of this. And then maybe we could put an elevator into this one. Yeah, we could put an elevator here. Like the elevator goes down. And then you start the generator. And then you have to make your way back up manually because the elevator broke on the way down. That would be cool. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. And then it's like you're climbing again. So then when you climb up, then this platform moves. So then this is a moving platform. And then I can put like obstacles in the way. Like an entire building, even. What kind of obstacles could I put in the way? I could put stuff in the way. And then... Okay, and I still want to do this idea. This is just kind of like this sounds like a really fun idea to do. So I think I have 2 more levels. The city level will be cool. And then I think I'm definitely going to add this level here. Or I'm going to add this level in. I don't really know what the context of this will be. I just kind of want to add it. Right. I'm gonna have to think of like where this is gonna fit in. Because maybe I do this after the forest, and then before this. It seems a little advanced. Maybe after this level, I do it like I do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna make it like there's like a cave in between. So like you go here, and then you enter into this cave, and then you go into the warehouse finally. Because the warehouse seems like a really advanced. Like you start using gravity to help you, and then the final level will be the city. So I'm gonna insert this level so it's forest, boulder, house, warehouse, city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it for now though. Yes, okay, we're gonna stop here for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be catching you on the next one. If you're watching the Super Bowl, enjoy yourself. Eat some good food. I'll be catching y'all later. Bye! Oh, hang on. Level design. Okay, I just want to make sure I sign this. See ya!